lock-to-lock moment, I would say. Throwing the elbows around. A bit of tennis elbow tomorrow, I'd say, Steve Walling.
Look good for a bit of in-cab footage, I'd imagine, or in-track footage, should we say. Doing doggy paddle on the steering wheel, trying to get that big girl back in a straight line.
I'd say so. So we're underway. Reverse grid, rolling start. Steve Walling will start off that front row. And you've got Troy Wheeler starting off the back again, looking to make it a clean sweep. 3 out of 3 so far for Troy Wheeler. Malcolm Little will be searching out his first win. Of course, everyone else also searching for their first win. But Brent Jones, he had a good run that last race. He got run down the final laps, but oh, sorry, that was Tony Brand.
Tony Brand was sort of all elbows before the start of the last race, even before they hit the line.
That's right, and going up the inside of Steve Walling, giving him a wee nudge on the way through. So 6 laps. She's a real sprint. Steve Walling will start off that front row there, not truck 99. Trying to make it as wide as possible. You won't have Tony Brand this time hassling him from in behind though. You'll have Brent Jones instead. I don't think Jonesy will poke his nose up the inside like Tony Brand did. Lights out in the Hilton Haulage safety truck. You see Malcolm Little and Troy Wheeler a fair distance back from this group. So he's off, Steve Walling, as soon as the truck pulls off. He is underway. And Pricey's trying to go around the outside of Brent Jones. Great start from Pricey as they come down to the braking zone. Brent Jones comes back at it, but Steve Walling's going to lead them through from Pricey. Then Jones. And Troy Wheeler trying to get rid of Malcolm Little straight away, and up the inside he goes under braking, so he goes up the inside of Malcolm Little. They'll try and work together, these two, to get up the front as soon as they can, but it's going to be Steve Walling leads them down the back straight for the first time. Then it's back to 47 of Gary Price, who's showing good speed to get up to that 100 mile an hour mark. Then it's Jonesy from Westy. Then Tony Brand. And already he's opening up a bit of a gap there, Troy Wheeler. We've got a spinner up there. Steve Walling has gone round on the inside of the track, so he's now got it up and going again. But that was from position 1, Steve Walling. So he must have done that all on his own. So now it's Gary Price out in front. This would be a good race for Pricey to win, as he's got a big lead already back to Dave West and Tony Brand and Jonesy as they just come out through the hairpin. We'll keep an eye on the times from first to second, but Gary Price, he's got it up it as he comes down the front straight. The reels off at lap number 1. The gap back to Dave West as Westy goes across the line, 6 seconds. Troy Wheeler now side by side with Brent Jones down into the braking zone for Power & Co. And Brent Jones lets him go. Not going to hold him up. So Wheeler should be able to pick off Tony Brand here. We just see him pull out and get it up to speed. Up to that 100 miles an hour. And then there we stop. Looks like Malcolm Little's managed to get through on Brent Jones's 2. So a 6-second lead for Gary Price back to Dave West. See if Westy can make inroads into that, but at the moment he'll be worried about who's coming up behind him. It's Troy Wheeler. Fastest lap of the race, a 1:21.6 so far, Troy Wheeler. I know a lot of these guys like setting fastest laps. So Gary Price coming out of the hairpin in the ex-Ash Hay number 47. Used to run the 05 in it when Ash Hay was behind the wheel. Down to reel off another one. 2 laps down, 4 to go for Gary Price. And now Troy Wheeler's got through on Dave West. So we'll keep an eye on the gap now, and it's going to be 7 seconds, first to second. 4 laps to go. You've got 4 laps to make that time up, Troy Wheeler. So Steve Walling in the 99 just getting a wee bit out of shape coming into Power & Co. Was the early race leader, but had that big spin up the back. So it's still Gary Price out in front from Wheeler, then West. It's probably going to be one of the first truck race meetings I've been at where Malcolm Little hasn't won a race. Normally he'll get one in. Mind you, things aren't over yet. Gary Price, the early race leader, 7 seconds in front. Back to Troy Wheeler. It's going to be a bit less this time as Pricey comes out of the hairpin. Be head down, ass up with 3 laps to go for Gary Price. Keeps it nice and tidy down through the King. We'll see what that gap's back to this time as Troy Wheeler winds the big truck up. Across he comes, 4 seconds. He's got 3 seconds on him that time, Troy Wheeler. He'll be after that clean sweep. Everyone else is just line astern at the moment. Mind you, catching him is one thing, he's still got to get past. You have to time his passing move for the start of the back straight, Brendan, where he's got real good drive out onto the back straight. Because around the rest of the track he's pretty much hasn't got much of an advantage. We see the wee Bedford going around the outside of Malcolm Little. So a great passing move there from Brent Jones.
Great pass there, and Troy Wheeler on his own is doing very good lap times, 1:19s, but when he was chasing other trucks, struggling to get past, he was only doing 1:22s or so he was only matching Gary Price when he was following another vehicle. So as you say, he might catch him, still got to get past him.
So it'll be 2 laps to go this time for Gary Price. Troy Wheeler now should close in again as they get the torque down of the big truck onto the front straight. Down to 2.5 odd seconds now, 1.4 in fact. As they go down through the gears, Gary Price will be looking in those mirrors. Seeing one big wide yellow truck tucked in behind. This is going to be where Troy's going to do it. He might do it this lap. When the power goes down, getting a wee bit sideways there, Troy Wheeler, as he tries to get it down. And he's not going to do it this lap. He's still half a dozen odd truck lengths back. So Dave West out in a lonely third at the moment from Tony Brand. We've still got Brent Jones out in front from Malcolm Little, so I don't know if Malcolm's got a problem or not, but he's falling back. Steve Walling's chasing hard. He doesn't want to finish last. He wants to get up in front of Malcolm Little. Still though, Gary Price. Best lap time for him, a 1:22.3. Troy Wheeler's best lap time, a 1:19.9. Right on the back now, Troy Wheeler, as they come out of the hairpin. Should get the last lap board this time through. Here's Troy trying to go around the outside as they come through the King. Pricey will come across at the centre of the track. Could be a wee bit of a touch between the two of them as they go down the braking zone. And getting all out of shape, Gary, as he tries to keep it on the aisle and gets up on the... Oh, he began to throw around in the cab there as he went sideways, and then she gripped up and threw him around the show a bit. But in the meantime, Troy's managed to get through. Gets it all locked up sideways in the big number 1. Great stuff.
Yeah, Malcolm Little's in. He's got
Oh,
a
look,
problem.
he's got a problem. Either that or he's just going to let Gary Price through for the race win, but I don't know about that. Either way, Gary Price has gone through back up to the lead. He's going to come back and try and go up the inside, Troy Wheeler. Malcolm Little's come in. Bit of a problem for Malcolm. Seen that a lap or two earlier. Got a wee problem. So just waiting for the race leaders to come round and decide. It's still Gary Price out in front in the 47 from Troy Wheeler. Through the left-handed sweeper for the last time. Let's see who's going to take the race win. Troy is probably going to try and go around the outside once again. Through the kink, here they go. It's not going to do it. Gary Price is going to take the race win. Excellent stuff there for the 47. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for the NZ Super Trucks. Putting on a great show here this weekend. Dave West to come through for third. Tony Brand fourth. And then Brent Jones coming through as well.
Here come the wheelies.
Throwing it sideways there, Troy Wheeler, getting it all out of shape. That would have been a great shot from behind. Nonetheless, some great stuff. Put your hands together as they come round, everybody. Dave West trying to put, see if he can do a better job. Steve Walling just coming through to finish and get some points in the 99 truck. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes the racing for Thunder Down Under here this weekend at Levels. It's been an excellent weekend. Don't forget prize giving over here in about 15 minutes. The bar is open. And if you are leaving the track, you can get home and watch the prize giving on the live streaming.
Travel safely.
Travel safely, and don't forget in 2 weeks' time the big NZ Classic here at Levels. Looking forward to that one. About 170, 180 entries for the weekend.
Well, you were saying 20 races a day, Paul. That's going to be rather busy, isn't it?
It is rather busy, Brendan, but something to look forward to. So thanks very much, everybody, for coming. Thanks to all the sponsors, Trust Aoraki, and all the volunteers as well that have put their time in over the weekend. And we'll see you again in a couple of weeks' time here for the NZ Classic. Thanks to Brendan Nichols, Greg Hull and myself, Paul Lancaster. Wish you safe travels on your way home. And take care.